Do you remember those magical Christmases when you were a little girl? Would you go back? Would you go back for one Christmas? I would. I would. Money, fame, success, and what does it all mean without love? Love. Love. I choose you. I am so happy to see you today. Thank you so much for coming back and seeing me and Desi. I hope you are having a very Merry Christmas holiday season. I know this season can be tough. You know, it's exciting and it's joyous, but it also, you know, it can be emotional and very stressful. So I hope you're handling it a little bit better than I am, because I have been crying every single day. Not sad tears, but just emotional tears, just joyous tears and wistfulness. So anyway, today I am doing one of the last in my series of a look back at the movies, and I'm doing a movie that I watched 20 years ago. I was 44 years old when I first watched the movie The Family Man, and just saying the title makes me want to burst out crying. Oh man. But today I am doing a look back at the movies with my good friend and fellow creator, Mary Glitzy Fritzy. And okay, let's see if I can get through this too without crying. I started my channel in 2015. Mary started her channel about 4 months before I did. She was one of the very first creators that reached out to me. She gave me so much support, so much understanding. She appreciated what I was trying to do, what I was trying to say. So apart from her fabulous channel, which is makeup and skincare and so much humor and wit and loveliness, she is a fantastic person. She is the kind of person that you want in your life. I've never heard her say one bad thing about anybody, ever, in all the years I've known her. She's what they call a good woman. So if you get time, please go over to her channel. I'll list it below. And maybe if you have time, subscribe. Make sure you watch until the end of her video, because they're so funny and so cute. And just tell her hi from LittlePoet if you get a chance. Thank you. You know, the movie I want to talk about today is a movie that came out 20 years ago, and it's called The Family Man, and it stars Nicolas Cage and Tay Leona. And you know, it's a Christmas film, and a lot of Christmas films always focus on, you know, our choices and our priorities. But I do remember that when I saw this film 20 years ago, I was only 44 years old, and I fell in love with this movie, but not because of anything deep. I fell in love with the love story. That's all I saw, was this man that he was very rich and he had everything going in his life, except he didn't marry the woman that he loved. And one night, Nicolas Cage, he goes into a convenience store and he almost dies. And this angel, I know, gives him a glimpse of what his life would have been like if he had married that woman he loved so much in college, Kate. And the movie just takes you on this amazing journey of him seeing a completely different life with this woman, having 2 children by her, not being rich, but being so happy. But what I saw was that after 13 years of marriage, they were madly in love with each other. And that's what I so wanted for my life. And so that's all I saw. And I realize now, after watching this movie again, that isn't what I saw this time. I love that cover of The Family Man. There he is, just looking in the window, desiring that beautiful life, a life that slipped him by. Last night when I was watching this movie until like 2 in the morning, I almost turned on my camera, but then I thought, now, is that going to be fun for all of us to be crying over this movie? And this is not a heavy movie. I mean, it's not, it's not a sad movie. There's no violence in it. It's a sweet Christmas movie, but it has such deep, heavy underlying themes about what makes us happy, the choices we make in our priorities. And what do we do? What do we do to make those things that are our priorities? What do we do to make them forefront in our life? So 20 years later, in watching this film, I'm watching Jack, this Wall Street tycoon, he's used to being rich, and he's falling in love with this life that he has with Kate. They live in a very modest house in New Jersey. They don't make a lot of money. She's a nonprofit lawyer. He sells tires with her dad. And he's used to this rich life. And I always remember this scene where they're shopping at the mall with their 2 adorable children. And they're having a wonderful time, and he wanders in and he sees all these expensive men's suits, and he tries this $2,400 suit on, and he looks in the mirror and he says, "This suit makes me feel like a better person." And her jaw just hits the floor, like, this is my husband? My husband thinks a suit is going to make him a better person? Jack's frustration just boiled over. Jack's frustration that they didn't have the money to buy the fancy things that would make him feel like an important person, a person that people would envy. Because she reminded him that, poor as they were, people already did envy them because they had such a beautiful family and so much love. So the movie slowly, it allows you to see Jack pull back from all those material things that he used to prop himself up. And you see him being absolutely filled with self-esteem and joy and a sense of truly who he was when he had a wife that he loved and who loved him, and 2 beautiful children, and a dog. So I related to that. I relate to that now so much. It isn't so much, the endless dressing rooms that I have filmed over the years. It isn't that, when I'm putting on an outfit that I feel like that makes me somebody. I feel at that time happy. I think just because it feels like something new, a fresh start, something unknown. I think that in a way I think that's the person that I am, the woman that I am, is I've always been restless and I've always been searching for something. And maybe I looked in the wrong places, but I think that no amount of materialistic things will ever fill that void that we have if we feel less than what we could be. I don't usually cry in stores, but when I was shopping the other day, I was going down the candle aisle and I saw this plaque and I read it and I just burst out crying because it's so true of all of us here. She needed a hero, so that's what she became. So I think one of the biggest takeaways from this movie last night for me was that we are the choices we make. Our life is the priorities we set and the choices we make. This Christmas I was thinking, oh, if I could just hit the lottery, I'd give my son $1 million and maybe he'd be happier. Maybe he could finish that kitchen off, or maybe get a new truck. And then I kind of realized that my son is the family man. He has a little restaurant up north. He wakes up every day to his wife, a woman that he's madly in love with. He has 2 beautiful children. He's happy. It's not all perfect. Nothing is. But he's happy, and nothing that I could give him monetarily is going to make any difference at all. All my son needs from me is love and for me to be happy. So he never has to worry about me. That's the best gift I could give him. That's the best gift I could give anybody. Well, I think it's safe to say that I tried to go very vintage with my Christmas tree. I do every year. It's what makes me happy. Ornaments are so special to me. Some of them symbolize music. Some of them are ornaments my son made me when he was a little boy. I have some over here that my mama had from 1960. I just can't believe I still have those. Some were my grandfather's. These beetle ornaments my son got me about 10 years ago. John, Paul, George, and Ringo make my tree every year. Some of the ornaments this year I got at Dollar Tree. I thought they were really beautiful. I think these were just gorgeous. These are dollar ornaments, but I thought the size and the color were very, very well done. It kind of reminded me of Saturday Night Fever when they were dancing under that big ball in the 70s. Thank you so much for going on this journey with me today with this film, A Family Man. I can't believe it's been almost 20 years. And, if you have seen this movie but haven't seen it in a long time, maybe you might have fun rewatching it. Or if you've never seen it, I highly recommend it. I think you'd really, really love it. And I wanted to say a special thank you to Mary. Mary, thank you so much for doing this collab with me. And you're just the best. And I don't know what movie you're doing. It's a secret, but I can't wait to see it. I want to go over there right now and take a look at what you're doing, because I know whatever movie you chose, I know what a special time this is in your life. And It will be profound. I know it will. So, on that note, let's get Desi. Hey everybody, thank you so much for spending this time with us today. We loved every second of it, and thank you so much from me and Desi for you liking his singing last week. So he wanted to do some more of that this week, but I said no, he's upstaging me. Anyway, have yourself a wonderful brand new week. Don't forget to go over and say hi to Mary from me, and please have yourself a wonderful week, and when you're done with your week, come back and see me and Desi, okay? All right, it's a deal. During the week, I lived in a tiny little apartment with my mama, but on the weekends, my grandpa would pick us up and we'd go to his big house, and there would be this huge Christmas tree with lots of presents, and I thought I had gone to heaven. The first Christmas I truly remember was 1959. I got a new tricycle, and I got the doll of my dreams. This is one of my favorite ornaments. Patty Rockstar Mom made this for me. She woke up every morning with the option of being anyone she wished, but how beautiful it was that she always chose herself. Do you remember those magical Christmases when you were a little girl? Would you go back for one Christmas? I would.